This is Angelo Hayes, an ordinary Frenchman in 1937, until one day his life was abruptly cut short in a devastating car accident. Doctors quickly pronounced Hayes dead. There was no pulse, no reaction, and his body rapidly cooled. This was death by the medical standards of the time. Just hours later, Hayes was buried, swiftly, solemnly, and seemingly for good. But in reality, Angelo Hayes' nightmare was just beginning. What doctors in the mid-20th century failed to grasp was that Angelo Hayes had fallen into a state of suspended animation. A thermal shock from the accident had induced an extremely rare condition. Hayes' metabolic activity had dropped to an absolute minimum. His heart was still beating, but so faintly it was undetectable. His body was alive, but his brain had largely shut down. Much like the case of Ellen Sadler, who slept for 20 years, Hayes was a victim of the diagnostic limitations of the era. And so he lay there, underground, motionless, cold. Time ticked by, hour after hour. 48 hours. 72 hours. It was at this point that fate intervened through an administrative clause. Hayes' insurance company requested the exhumation of the body to cross-check and verify the records. A standard procedure, sometimes annoying, but this time, it was the difference between life and death. On the third day after his burial, the coffin was raised from the ground. No one expected anything out of the ordinary. They just wanted to finish the job quickly. However, when they opened the lid, in the darkness and suffocating silence, they saw a finger move. Chaos erupted. The dead man was alive. Hayes was rushed to the hospital in a state of severe shock and exhaustion. He had survived 3 terrifying days without food, water, and virtually no air. Angelo Hayes' story quickly spread around the world. He became a celebrity. Some called him lucky, others a grim miracle. Hayes not only recovered, but also received a large insurance payout. He used the money to start a new life. However, the fear of being buried alive had been deeply etched into his mind. What do you think? Do you believe apparent death is possible under modern medical conditions? Share your thoughts below.